This is Jackie, and I'm here with Polly A on day 4 of a nice, sunny, hot, but slightly breezy Bonnaroo.
Slightly breezy. It's getting better. It was a lot earlier, but
Thank goodness for the breeze. So what did you do to get fans moving in this heat during your set today?
well, I haven't done my set yet.
Oh, I thought I was following you before on
I've
Facebook.
been gathering fans,
Okay, that's what it
and they've been moving. They've been wanting to know what's up, and I invited them at 7:00. But I'll be performing at 7:00.
So how did you use technology today to sort of spread the word?
I used Snapchat, which I love, and I use Facebook Live. And yeah, they're both great platforms to kind of just engage and interact and get everybody going and knowing what you're into, what's going on with you. So yeah.
Thank goodness for technology, something that helps promote your recent release, Brooklyn Sun. Tell me a little bit about your songwriting process. What's that like?
My songwriting process is very organic. For this album, I worked with primarily 2 producers. Cinematic is one, Gabe Lamberth is the other, and they were, like I said, very organic. You have a guitar, you have a piano, and you just go, and you just kind of I like to focus in on what's happening in that moment, because I think music should be very present, and I think it's better when, you're actually living what you're experiencing. Not always, but a lot of times for me, I can perform it a lot, in the moment better, like when I'm going through it. So it really is just chords will inspire a feeling, an emotion, and then you just go from there. You just kind of it write itself, honestly.
Is there a song or two on the Brooklyn Sun that is a good representation of the album's overall sound?
Yeah. I think every song is, but I think my favorite song is this song called Fire Falling and Waiting in Vain, which were both produced by Gabe Lamberth, who is a really, really close friend of mine, and he's new and he's just getting his feet wet, but he's super talented. But I also like Ghetto Gold Dream, which is my single, and it was produced by Cinematic, and they all kind of speak to a side of me, and they all kind of represent a moment in time and what I'm going through and what I think society is going through. And I think that's what music is about. It's about reflecting what you're going through and knowing that other people can relate to it and being the mirror to that feeling,
Absolutely. So what are some messages you hope fans take away from your album?
I think mainly, believing in yourself, believing in other people, believing in this world. I think there's a lot of devastation happening. I mean, even with what happened last night, the tragedy in Orlando, and even not too far away with the Voice singer, there's just a lot of devastation happening. And I think ultimately we all want hope. We all want to believe in ourselves. We all want to believe in each other, that we'll be good to each other. And I kind of want that to be the foremost message in my music. I love you. Polyamorous, Poly A, stands for polyamorous, which is, and for me, a love movement. It's if we love ourselves the way we love each other, we wouldn't have any of these problems. You know what I mean?
True.
So that's really what I want people to take away in every form. Yeah.
Well said. So there are lots of different genres, and it sounds like different influences. What are some musical influences that can either be heard on the album or just to have inspired you?
Well, I'm a huge fan of reggae music. My mother is Jamaican, born and raised. So I grew up on Bob Marley. I grew up on Yellow Man, So the root of my music is a lot of reggae. But I also, my own, being an American, I was born here. And growing up, I listened to a lot of R&B, alternative rock. And I think I'm just a hybrid. I'm truly a hybrid child of just all of the greats, you know what I mean? From Michael Jackson to Prince to Sade to Fiona Apple to even Frank Ocean to Andre 3000 to, I don't want to leave anybody out because there's so many people that have inspired me, that have even just in their way of life, even just how they conduct themselves have inspired me. But it's not even just music, it's beyond music. It's artists, it's fashion designers. So I don't know, I take all of it in and kind of absorb it and push it back out, try to push it back out.
You mentioned tons of great performers. What makes for a great live performance? What do you make sure that you bring to the table?
Belief, I was just talking to somebody that I just met. I've been making friends at Bonnaroo. And somebody I just randomly met. And I was just like, you have to believe it. You know what I mean? Like, every song for me is something that I completely have I've completely like immersed myself into. It's a feeling, it's an emotion, and I think that what really translates to other people is, man, I've been through that too, And if you don't believe it, if you don't really live it in that moment, they're not going to believe it. So for me, it's all about just being honest, just being very honest in your moment.
Excellent. So what's up next for you after Bonnaroo?
Oh man, I'm releasing my first single, single to radio. I released Brooklyn Sun, which is the single, but it wasn't sent to radio. But it's called Ghetto Gold Dream, and it's being pushed to radio within the next month. And I'm kind of just doing promo for that. I'm doing Lollapalooza in July. So yeah, I'm just promoting the album, promoting the single, and just living life, enjoying the summer, that's it.
Stay tuned from this festival queen, Polly A. This is Jackie. Thanks to In the Key of Change and Chorus.fm.